God's dead.
Perfect Turd Podcast, episode 67, Lamar. Happy Easter.
Yes! I wish I could say this about the movie we watched, Joe.
Well, what did we watch, Lamar? I'm still trying to figure it out.
It's called, Joe, Easter Bunny Kill.
Yes.
That's 2 kills.
I'm just going to say this. We've done a lot of movies on this podcast.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I have an opinion immediately after watching them. Partly because I know what I watched. This movie is very interesting. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around what I saw. So, yeah.
Let's start with...
Just break it down, Lamar.
Okay. So, we start off with a man in a bunny mask robbing a gas station, I would presume.
Yeah.
Kills the cashier for no real reason. This man...
Yeah.
He is in a nice little relationship with
Yeah.
a single mother.
Well, for going off of that scene you just described, the opening scene, I thought I was entering a certain kind of movie. I was like, this is going to be a killer on the loose that wears an Easter bunny mask, kind of like a slasher murderer thing. I was like, okay, I'm with you. And then you go to what you're about to get into.
It's not a, they don't lean into the turn. It's just, he even goes to her house with the mask still on.
Yeah, still on. Yeah.
Anyway, so the single mother, she has a son who is mentally challenged.
Yeah.
I guess handicapable, and this little boy has a love of Easter.
Yeah.
As we learn that the father disappears on Easter, and he doesn't like her new boyfriend, who we know is pretty much a merciless killer and everything. And so, for reasons, she's a nurse, and she's like, well, I can't leave him alone because he had another incident with a Latino, I guess, yard worker or something like that.
That was another random.
And so the new guy's like, hey, I'll babysit him. But he's a jerk to this kid.
A jerk is an understatement, Lamar. Not only is he threatened the kid constantly that he's going to kill his bunny.
That he just got from a stranger.
A stranger delivered him a bunny. Okay, he's threatening, like, if you don't like me, if you don't tell your mom that you like me, I'm going to kill your bunny. No, that's not even the worst part of this movie. He basically calls up a friend of his, and his friend, for a fee, can come over and play with the mentally challenged young boy.
All the while, he is going out to find hookers and cocaine, and he even has a song about it, Joe.
Yeah. Also, just a weird thing, throughout this movie, the poor boy was getting beat up by his mom. She would smack him, and then she'd be like, oh, I'm sorry I hit you. You know I love you. This poor kid, his father disappeared. They're threatening to kill his bunny. He's getting slapped by his mom. He's getting sold out to a pervert. It's like, okay.
So after the friend comes over to play, a big person, we don't know who this is, dressed up in a bunny mask, kills this person.
Yeah.
So there's another bunny person with the mask.
Right.
While, I think his name is Remington, is out getting hookers and cocaine, the other Spanish people randomly stop over. What were they doing?
I think he was coming to steal from them. Because they fired him.
Yes, something. And then the bunny man
Yeah.
kills them.
Right.
Because then not only does the Mexican man bring his woman, he brings another Mexican person over.
Yeah.
He also gets killed in the house.
Yep.
And then while this movie is and then because things just happen. Things just happen. You know, Remington's coming home. First of all, he's messing with these women in the car. They're getting topless and everything like that. They're doing cocaine in the car.
In the car, yeah. Off of the boob.
off the breast. That's a thing in drug culture.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
And they finally get home. They see the lights are off. Then the hookers get killed.
Yeah.
By the bunny person. And then the bunny person finally kills Remington. Who is it, Joe? Who is this person?
The big reveal of the movie. It was the mom all along. She wasn't at work nursing. She was at the house watching how he was treating her son the whole time.
But there's another reveal.
A knock at the door.
The homeless man that gave the bunny to the son turns out to be the father, even though he's a very white man of this.
That was another
child.
Interesting thing.
You know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he killed the Mexican's lady friend, and then he was like, because he got viciously burned because he could not accept his son as a special ed child.
Yeah. And he was beating her up.
Yeah.
And he couldn't accept that his son had, a problem. And then, so she burned him alive. At least so she thought.
So she thought. And then, so he's been just hanging around. And then he comes back. He says, you know what? I'm so sorry. Let's give this another go.
Yeah, I'm a changed man.
I'm a changed man. I want to raise my son. I want to be a better husband. And they become a family again, Joe.
The end. The thing about this movie was it had tonal changes that were so drastic.
Oh,
because,
God.
Like I said, it started off as one thing where I was like, okay, I'm with you. It goes into another thing, and then at points it's like, okay, this is a silly, campy comedy, but then it gets into some like dark shit, like he's selling off the kid to a pervert, and that guy comes in with a suitcase full of paraphernalia that he wants to use on the kid and stuff, and it's just like from that to beating up the kid to. But then there's like funny stuff, like him with the hookers in the car. Okay, it's kind of funny, but then it just goes back and forth between wild shit.
You summed up how I felt, Joe. It's like tonal shifts, random stuff happening, and it's just like, I will say this about the movie: it kept my attention.
It did. Well, then what would you rate it? That's the key to this. What would you rate this out of 5, of course?
It's not the best production. But I would give this a 4.5 just so people can watch it because it's so weird. And we're not like encouraging this stuff. Yeah. But when I was watching it, I was like, this is insane. Just to watch it, just to have your mind blown. Because I don't think people are going to believe us when we say that this happens in the movie. It does. And I would say if you are looking for something pretty messed up to watch, just, on good old Easter. Yeah. Check this movie. I give it a 4.5. Watch it.
Wow.
Yeah. What do you give it?
I'm actually going to give it a 4 out of 5. It's just like, I couldn't take my eyes off of it.
Yes.
That's the thing about this movie. It's like, it's crazy. and it's got some elements to it that are just horrible. And like I said, it's like, is this supposed to be funny? Is it not? Like, I don't know what's going on here, but I could not stop watching. And I was, so yeah, 4 out of 5. Like, this movie is just so insane that you almost kind of have to see it.
It's really crazy. I mean, people get their comeuppance, but it's just how everything in sequence happens. You're just like, what is going to happen next?
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. It was wild. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm not sure. Are there any Easter movies? You know how like every year there's a Christmas movie that people love, The Miracle on 34th Street, all those movies. Is there a quintessential Easter movie?
I don't think so.
Could this be it? I mean, it takes place on Easter Day, Lamar.
Well, I mean, if we're going to talk about the origins, well, there's a couple of origins of Easter and all that kind of stuff. And you talk about the bunnies and the eggs, but people associate it with religion, with the Christianity.
Yes.
Jesus dying and rising again. So, if you really want it, this is overthoughts from Lamar. The father, he dies and rises again because he learns from his mistakes.
This is true.
So this is Easter, and the son, he likes Easter. So it's like, and there are 3. It's the Holy Trinity.
There you go.
And I just said all that shit.
Well, I guess that wraps this one up, Lamar. Perfect Turd Podcast, episode 67. Easter Bunny kill. Peace.
Deuces. Happy Easter, everybody.
I don't know.
That movie was insane.
It was crazy.
I was just like,